everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a very good rushing offense. The Cowboys are top 10 in rushing TDs, and they'll go up against our Packers team that wants to keep the running game in check.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. Strap in. This will be a good one. Two one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the rookie from UTEP, Aaron Jones. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
They'll go again to Jones. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Jalen Smith. I got to have some enthusiasm for this young man who missed his whole rookie year because of a knee injury in college. To see him back on the field making plays, that's exciting.
It is, and the good news for him, still just 22 years old, so hopefully a long, bright future ahead of him. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken around the 12. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. First down throw for Prescott. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. Looks to be right around the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Prescott on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Now he's forced out left. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep, Dre Archer. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Rodgers. Big hold of the 30, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now the Packers get set to go. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. Nice footwork at the 25. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 52 yards. into the red zone. It's Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On second down, it's Jones. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. It's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now a play fake here on first down. Now he'll escape, and he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And coming up later tonight in the NFL, we'll have the Chiefs heading down to Houston to take on the Texans. And then on Monday night, it'll be an NFC North battle. Vikings and Bears from Soldier Field.
Traditional rivals getting after it one more time.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On second down, here's Rodgers. Caught left side, Bennett. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Have you gotten used to seeing Martellus Bennett number 80? I mean, he's been number 88 his entire career, right?
And how about that? The fans selecting his jersey number.
Yeah, that was his idea. He put that out there on social media and said, here are a few choices. What should I wear? And he went with what the fans picked. Over 100,000 people weighed in.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So they decline it, as that will bring up fourth.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. A second down throw for Prescott. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. That one good for 33 and a first. The numbers for Dak as a rookie last year are still kind of mind-boggling. And you look at QB rating, Dak was 104.9. Now, among full-time quarterbacks, only 2 Super Bowl quarterbacks, Matt Ryan and Tom Brady, were higher.
And look who he finished ahead of. Guys like Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Russell Wilson. Amazing.
Now the backup, Darren McFadden. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Clay Matthews. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Second down, Prescott. Now he's flushed out left. And some room to roam now. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. On third down, it's Prescott. Flushed out right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Los Angeles. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Stephen Paya. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. They've got his man complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. They went right back to him there, figuring one big play deserves another. You think maybe he called for it and said, hey, give me the ball again?
I think a lot of people operate under the whole idea of if they haven't stopped it, go until they do. You go right back at a guy because maybe his confidence might not be as high. In this case, he responded well.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Caught left side by Cobb. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
from midfield. Here's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And now a first down following that long gain. Rodgers again now. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no